Good morning! So I was just thinking about it and I realized that we've been in the Solomon Islands for over 3 months, which is a really, really long time considering that I also realized that as of last week that I've lived on Sylphia for 1 whole year, which is pretty insane. And so 1/4 of that time has been spent in the Solomon Islands. And every morning when I wake up here and I come outside and I see the sunrise and I look around at where we are, I realize that Solomon's is probably one of the few lost places still in the world where you can really be away from everything and everyone and escape all of the normal things about your life that you experience everywhere else in the world. And every anchorage we go to is more and more beautiful, and every sunrise is more and more beautiful. And we've been through a lot in the last couple weeks with lots of crew leaving and with Peanut leaving, and sometimes it's easy to get sad about all that kind of stuff. And you have to just wake up and remember that you're in one of the most awesome places in the entire world. So today's gonna be a pretty sweet day because we're actually right around the corner from one of the most famous dives in the whole Solomons, and it's a really cool shipwreck, and I'm very excited to go check it out and see what the day brings. Let's do it.
This is a story of a sailboat named Sylphia and the ragtag crew that call her home. Join us each week as we explore our planet both above and below the surface and find out what it's really like to live a life at sea. This is Expedition Drenched.
You mean for your hair to be like that?
Yeah, I wear it better than you guys.
Yeah, he wants to wear it better.
So, it's a beautiful day. We are going to go dive a shipwreck known as the Toa Maru, which is the biggest Japanese shipwreck that is like in recreational limits. I could be wrong on that. I make a lot of shit up. You'll find that out. But it is just around the corner on this little island over here. So we parked the boat here last night, and we are probably going to dive this thing multiple times. So excited. And yeah, supposedly there's all right, what did we find? We looked some facts up. Give us some Toa Maru facts.
There are gonna be condoms, and condoms. That's what they say.
What else?
Gas mask, munition,
A tank,
a motorbike. Yeah, lots of cool stuff.
Yep. So let's go check it out. Ooh.
As you're swimming towards the bottom of the lagoon, a large dark spot in the endless blue appears. At first, it seems like a flat-hued surface covered in corals and little fish, but what's beneath it, it's one of the largest recreational wrecks in the whole world. 133 meters long Japanese transport ship, the Toa Maru. It was launched on the 8th of December 1938, and its first voyage was from Kobe to West Africa. During its short lifespan, it was a commercial transport and passenger ship, but during World War II in 1942, the ship was called into war service and used to transport men and equipment around the Pacific. 2 years later, on the 31st of January 1943, the vessel was carrying equipment and supplies to Kolombongara Island. 12 dauntless dive bombers left Guadalcanal with the aim of attacking Japanese shipping boats. They were escorted by 8 Wildcats. When they located the Toa Maru, the dive bombers and Wildcats made their first attacks on the vessel. As they passed over the ship, it burst into flames. The bombs left a large hole which caused flooding. The crew couldn't stop the incoming water, so everybody was ordered to leave the vessel. Abandoned, the damaged vessel drifted for 3 days. On February 3, 1943, the ship ran aground and sank into Kololuka Bay, north of Gizo Island. Since then, the hull of the wreck remains intact and it lies on its starboard side in 45 meters of water. When you start ascending to the surface, you enter a new world, the part when nature takes over and the wreck becomes a living underwater city. It is always fascinating to see how relatively quickly different types of corals and fish create their new home and live in harmony in a structure that doesn't belong to the reefs. But when you think it can't get any better, a friendly batfish appears. I have a thing for batfish because they are playful, charismatic, and their sassy moves are mesmerizing. When you connect like that with a little creature, your mind is blown away. I could spend hours and hours just dancing around to the rhythm of the fins of this cutie.
Woo! That was an enormous wreck, and I don't think we even scratched the surface of it. So let's go have lunch and do it all over again, huh? Yeah. How about you?
I saw the tank.
Did you?
Yeah.
Where?
Yeah, I found it.
Yeah, where?
It was at on the deck.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, it's on top.
On top of the deck.
Really?
Yeah, it was dumped.
Oh, they must have pulled it out then, huh?
In the morning I wake, another beautiful day.
Good morning. How are you today? You have what?
Mud crab.
Oh, actually we're all vegetarian on the boat. But if you have anything from your garden, you could bring it back. Like we need like fruits or vegetables.
Okay.
You can trade for that? Okay. Have a nice day. Bye bye.
Now you get yours and I'll get mine. I wanna sing 1,000 times a day so I could get you higher to the ground. Whatever you need to enjoy the way to be inside the moment of the now.
On our second dive, the whole picture started to become clear as we entered through the hole where one of the bombs penetrated her hull. Continuing searching through the rubble, we found many remnants of her crew, including writing ink, a tank, sidecar motorbike, finally the treasure we were looking for.
I got this one choice in my pocket and I'm reaching for that place. Gonna pull out all my might and shine away. I got this
Wreck diving is one of the most fascinating underwater journeys that you could ever imagine. There is always a story behind it. Researching the background and circumstances that led to the ship's demise, and then visiting the wreck site years, decades, or perhaps centuries later can be like taking a journey back through time. It also triggers an innate sense of exploration, a thrill that fuels the passion for discovery. For many people, diving on shipwrecks can bring up different emotions. For me, it is a mixture of challenge, curiosity, and respect, bringing a whole new dimension to my diving experience. When you dive a shipwreck this big for the first time, you have an overwhelming feeling that traps you in it. You might have studied the dive map, where to go, what to find, and where everything is, but once you enter the water, the magnitude of the wreck will leave you wandering around, marveled by its size and infinite possibilities. Then you see an entrance, and of course, the darkness catches your eyes and pulls you in. You are eager to explore more, to enter any hole, any tunnel that will lead you to a new chamber or a new secret room to discover. Then it is just you and the sound of your breathing, while you submerge into a peaceful state of mind. It is easy to get lost in it all and lose track. This can be dangerous for a diver, especially in deep waters, because of the bottom time and air you have left to finalize the dive safely. Next time on Expedition Drenched, it is time to prepare a prank for our new crew member. What's next week's episode to find out who he is?
Ready
to go scuba diving.
Uh-huh.
Where are we gonna go dive today?
The shipwreck. The Toa Maru. The Toa Maru.
Oh my god!
Italian Murray.
Adrian Murray! Oh, bebé! ¡Corre, ayuda! Help. Help me. Oh. Oh, you swim. What happened today?
We hoisted with the ankle like a big sack of cement. So I opened it and I throw the
Nasty. Ah, no. Get away from me. Get away.